What's up, you guys? My name is Joseph. I haven't seen any videos on this pop and lock video for a 2020 Toyota Tundra on YouTube, so I'm hoping to best demonstrate this installation for you guys piece by piece. I hope to do a good job, so let's get right into it. So first thing you're going to want to do is remove the 8 bolts that are holding, if you have a mountain hatch or your stock cover that you have on your gate. I have this mountain hatch cutting board, universal, just everything you want to use it for. I personally used an 11 millimeter socket. I'm pretty sure you could probably use something else that fits this size bolt. I used an 11. But yeah, first thing you want to do is, if you have a mountain hatch or your cover, to get into the mechanism that's in here, you want to remove that and take it off. As you can see, I removed my mountain hatch cover. Underneath that was the cover that I mentioned before. You just remove that to expose all the underside, what we're probably going to be working with today. So just like all things when we're dealing with electrical items, you want to make sure you disconnect your battery. So what the instructions ask for is to completely disconnect the negative terminal. So I went ahead and hid that down there, and all the other negative stuff that I had connected to it. I don't have to remove this whole thing because that's just part of the battery at this point, but I did remove everything else. So that's done. Next, making sure, as the instructions that I'm following, but I'm giving you a visual to see, right, is masking off all these areas right here, just to make sure, if you have sensitive hands or anything, you just don't get cut on any kind of sharp edges or anything sharp that might be underneath the blue tape, just for precautionary reasons, because you will be working within these 3 areas. So next up to do is, you're going to remove the stock bolt from the passenger side. You're going to take that, you're going to discard that, because you got a new 10 millimeter bolt that you're going to replace it with once you finally put in the power locking device, which you're going to put in through this hole here, being careful you don't break this clip and mess with this bar. You're going to put it in and you're going to lay it inside, and then once you have it inside, the silver hole that you see right here near my thumb, you're going to lay it where the bolt goes down there. I don't know if you guys could see it, but it's right there. And you're going to put this bolt and secure it down into this hole here, and then you're going to take the torque wrench and you're going to torque that down to 49 inch-pounds. Okay, so once I got this inside and that bolt secured down, we'll come back and we'll check out how it looks. And I did use a 3-inch extender here with a 10 millimeter bolt like it asked for. I wanted to show, just in case you guys don't get confused, I wanted to show you kind of the easiest way that I saw to put this thing in here. You hold it like this and you put that in first, you turn it in, and it's in there. Quick and simple. You spin it around in there, slide it over, and with one hand you can kind of see how it goes in, and it just sets right in place, just like that. That is exactly how it's supposed to go. It lines up with the bolt hole down there, the little plastic piece that holds the actual handles right there, and this is the actual lever part up here that controls the locking mechanism here. As you can see here, I'll move it up and down. See that? It goes up, and then that's basically the function of this arm right here, is to go up and down, just to push this thing up and down like that. So next, after securing the bolt on the actuator here, the next thing we have coming, oh, and don't forget on this part, the male part, you're gonna hook up to power this bad boy. You're gonna leave this, just set it right in there for now. And next, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have some of these plastic tools for body panel removals, and you're gonna have these pieces that came with the package for your 2014 to 2021 Tundra. You're gonna have these nearby, some zip ties, and we're gonna be working right in here right now. We're gonna be removing this and this part here to expose all this. We're gonna get rid of, sorry about that. We're gonna get rid of this stock piece and this stock piece, and those are gonna be replaced with these because we're gonna have the longer cable here. We're gonna feed that. We're gonna come in this way so that it's in here. This is part of the female side. We're gonna feed into here, which is this part here. This is gonna be connected over here, and it's just gonna feed through and go through like that. And we're gonna zip tie all this once it's put together. We're gonna zip tie here and zip tie here just to make sure it's together. And in this area, you only want to leave about 2 inches of this free out here, just to make it easy for when you have to remove the tailgate. All right, so once I get a little bit more into this, I'll be back. So with one hand, very important, I got the cable in there, fed it through the tailgate side. I have it feeding through. And what I had to do, because I didn't have any long things to grab this, I had to undo it from the clip right here, being very careful not to bend the bar or anything. I just kind of lifted it, fit my hand under here, and I just grab and I just pull this through, just so I could have enough playroom up here to connect it. Obviously, I don't need too much because it's already right here. So I pretty much got enough. I got enough to mess around in here with. So that's pretty much all I need to pull through. The rest is just gonna go right towards the back. But I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna connect this now, just so I don't accidentally pull it more than I should, and this gets sucked down back in there. Okay, so we finally got this zip tied down here. This zip tie, what's up? This zip tied down here. I got the stock ones removed. Those are going in the trash or somewhere else. As you can see, I put the cable right here. As it said, I locked them in, put them the right direction, zip tied them down. And as you feed it through here, after this step, you're kind of under the truck feeding it through, which I'll show you right now. So we find ourselves under the truck. This right here is the part where you feed from the tailgate in. You kind of see I already did some work here. I fed the line here. I didn't use any zip ties from here because it goes on top of that. That goes on top of this bar here. And then you feed it through. I had to stick my hand under here. I got a big 35-inch tire here. And it goes over this bar here. You can kind of see it peeking right there. And I got it coming down. And sorry for the sideways angle, but I got the access down here. So we're about to continue the way forward, and we will be right back. All right, we are back. Obviously it took some time on my end, but to you guys it was in a flash. But anyways, here's where we left off. I was showing you that I brought over the cord right up to there. I zip tied it at that point, brought it all along this right here, as you can see, I zip tied it again right at that point. Brought it through right here, zip tied it right at this point, zip tied it again there, and then kept continuing as I slide under the truck to show you guys. Followed it all along here, zip tied it at that point, just following this as far forward as I can, because there's a point where you have to go through the vehicle through a rubber garment. Zip tied it there. Now, from this point, you gotta kind of feed it over this bar here, and under this triangle looking thing here, I fed it. Well, that cut out. I fed it through here, and I pushed it right in this little area. It's right at the corner, right behind this joint here. I zip tied it right at this point. Now, coming on towards the inner side, there's going to be a rubber garment that you're going to get access through the top. I'll show you in a bit. But you're going to feed a cord through here. So as you have it zip tied here, you're going to have loose access hanging from here, which you're just going to feed it through up here. You might need a second person, you might not, but I use someone to hold it from the top side. As I fed it through, they pulled it through, and I will show you that right now. I know it looks like a mess. I know it looks crazy, but there is a part where you have to remove the passenger side panel right here. You have to remove the passenger side kick panel that goes right there. You have to remove that. And then there's a little screw that holds into place right here. You remove that, and you expose all the wires, everything you're going to work with, possibly work with. Here's the rubber garment that goes into that hole down there. You have to drill or make a little punch hole so you can feed the wire through. I personally used a 13/64 drill bit to make the hole, and I just forced it through. Obviously this is not as strong of a rubber piece on this end, so I forced it through so I got to a firm hold, and I just slid it all the way through. The only thing with this part is on the instructions it says only feed about 14 inches into the vehicle. So from the grommet down this way, there's only 14 inches. If I said feet, I am sorry, because that is not 14 feet. This is 14 inches. So 14 inches from here out, that's going to be inside the vehicle. I left excess, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this back down and plug that hole back up. And I'm going to zip tie if there's any excess down at the bottom, and I'll show you how I do that if I do that. But if I do that, I will show it. But I am going to continue once I have this down, and then we're going to figure everything out right now. And once I have all that completed, we'll be back and I'll show you that continued part. All right, so we're back under the truck. This is the excess I was talking about. I have here, it's coming out through the hole. As you can see, let me see if I can zoom in. It's coming out of that gasket. It's coming out of the gasket, and we got quite a bit of excess. So what I'm doing is I'm pushing it over onto this side. Let's see if I could show you right there. Let's see. It's right up in there. So I'm gonna try to zip tie it. I'm gonna zip tie it up right here with all this other stuff, just to kind of keep it out of the way from coming any lower than it should be. But just for now, like I said, I'm going to zip tie it there and see what happens. All right. Okay, so here we go with some work here that I did. So this wire here is the one we ran underneath the truck, and we brought through that rubber garment and ran it through here. So this is the part of the 14 inches that was left out, and we did zip tie just like I showed you underneath. This wiring harness here is what came, I guess, especially for the Tundras. This is where it's gonna be helping to do the unlocking and locking when you use your remote. When you lock your doors and unlock your doors, your hatch should unlock and lock with it. So what I have left to do here is we're gonna take this blue and green cord here that's under here. We're gonna take this and we're gonna put it here onto this blue and green area here. So it's gonna be all connected here. And then we're gonna cover all that back up. And then we're gonna have probably one or two more steps. And I'll get back to you guys on that in a bit. I almost forgot to show you guys. It does say about zip tying it down, but what I found out is if you take this here and you just push it in, tuck it away, it'll be hidden within the kick panel, so you could put the kick panel back on. So you just, like I said, tuck that away back there. Everything will be flowing under here and out of the way, because once I get this hooked up, everything's going to be hidden within the kick panel and the door, this door seal that goes here. All right, so we got everything complete and connected here. We got the long harness cable that we connected to the B and G here, blue and green. Connected it into this fuse harness that connects into this T harness here that we tucked away back in there. We got all that, it's all cleaned up, put away. We're about to cover it back up with the kick panel and the door seal. So the short cable that came with the package, for some reason it did not ask for it. I did not use it, and everything seems to be working fine with the rear hatch locking system. If you happen to find out your use of what you use with this, let me know. All right, so we come to what I believe the end of the installation. I chose to leave it fully accessible so you could see what's going on. I wanted to show you. So here I have my keys. I'm gonna push, and by the way, before I do this, I've checked the actual passenger and driver door with the buttons of locking and unlocking. It works. I did the key of unlocking and locking twice. It works. I just want to show you how it looks like under function. Right now it is locked. It is a locked feature, so we're going to unlock the doors once, twice. That unlocks it, so you get full function of the gate. To unlock, you push lock once and you got it locked at the same time your car door is locked. So that is that. I'm going to put it all together, and then we're going to check for some final interferences if there's any. I will show you on the instructions. I'm on this last one here on number 9, so I got to put it in reverse and check the monitor, see if there's any interference or anything with the door situation. After that, if there's no interference, we'll be in the red, and that is that. So right now everything looks like we're working really, really good. I hope this video has helped a lot of you, or some of you, even just one person. So this is done on a 2020 Toyota Tundra. If you have any questions or any opinions, any comments at all, leave them in the comments. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Hope you guys have a good one.